Hey folks, welcome to International Burger Day. We've got some treats for you today. We're going to start with the black bean and cranberry burger for the veggies, and then we're going to do a pure 100% beef burger for the meat eaters. Okay, so what we've got here for our ingredients for the vegetable burger or the black bean burger is a tin of black beans in brine. We're going to drain those. We have an egg. We have some garlic. You can use fresh garlic, you can use crushed garlic, you can use powdered garlic. All good. We've got an onion. We're going to chop this guy up nice and fine. We've got some jeera or cumin powder just to give a nice kick. We've got these guys, cranberries, delicious, and finally some breadcrumbs to bind everything together. So I'm going to get started preparing everything together, and I'm going to pop it all in a bowl, and then we're going to switch back on and you're going to watch me mix it up. Right, we have our mixture prepared here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to shape these into patties. These are not going to be perfectly round, gorgeous patties. They're going to taste amazing. So here's a trick. You put down a bit of breadcrumbs, flour. If you have chopped oats or crushed oats, you can use that, or oat flour, or even coarsely milled milli meal. Fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're just going to decide how big you like your burger. I believe they should be fairly substantial. I mean, you don't want to go too thin. Burger is like a steak. You always want to get the thickest patty you can possibly get. So even if the patty is small but fat, much better, unless you like your burgers really dry and well done. In which case, I'm sorry. Okay, so there we are. That's how we do it. I'm going to just get these other ones done now quickly. Right, now we have the star of the show for me anyway. Like I said, I'm definitely all about the beef. And in celebration of International Burger Day, what we're going to do is a pure 100% pure beef burger. Okay, there's no breadcrumbs, there's no eggs, there's no onions. Everything else will be added as a garnish on top. But here we're going to just celebrate this lovely meat, and we're going to beef it up with some tomatoes, and you'll see. Because this is pure beef, we're not going to mix it up too much. If you do mix it up, you're going to get it quite smeary, and it might be a little bit dry. So what we're going to do is we've figured out this is the size of our bun. So that's about the size of the burger patty that we need. So we've chosen the right one. Pop it down on a plate and push in your beef. And it's that easy. Now you can decide how thick you like it. I don't like my burgers well done, so I have them mostly on the medium side. So a bit of a thicker burger is ideal. If you like it a bit drier, you can make it a bit thinner if you like it a bit more well done. But to me, it's all about those juices dripping down afterwards. And there you go. There's your first burger patty. Then we're going to start preparing all our garnishes. That's also very exciting stuff, because that is what is going to give your burger that little bit of that it needs. And this beef burger is going to get some crispy bacon, some camembert, and caramelized onions. And like I said, it's going to be cooked pretty medium, so it's going to be juicy. You're going to love it. Okay, so now we get to the interesting part. We're going to start with our garnishes, and our first garnish that we're going to prepare right now is a pickled cucumber. We're going to slice this guy thin. We're going to add some red wine vinegar, some olive oil, and salt and pepper, and that's all. But do this now because it does need about half an hour to pickle and to cure nicely. Okay, so now we've sliced up our cucumbers. We're going to add a bit of olive oil, and we're going to add some red wine vinegar. Our next step is to slice up our onions. So we're going to slice these up quite nice and thin. You can slice them round, or you can slice them like I'm going to do it. It really doesn't matter. They all taste the same. But what we're going to do is we're going to slice it up thin. We're going to caramelize it on the stove and keep it aside. And that's going to go with our camembert and bacon burger. Got some lovely streaky bacon here. The best way to render this up nice and crispy is to cook it on medium heat, add a tiny drop of oil, and I usually just put it in from cold and let it heat up and render as I go, but you can heat up your pan first if you really want. In this case, it's not too much difference because you're basically going to cook it until there's no more liquid left. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't get much better than that, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to actually go better than that, and we're going to cook the onions in the bacon fat. So our next step is, while our onions are cooking, we're going to slice up some tomatoes for your burgers. Now, something you might not have known is that this is the guy that's responsible for bringing out the beefiness of your burger. We're building our burgers now. Look at these lovely pickled cucumbers. So what we're going to do is just pop a couple onto each burger, just to add some acidity. I mean, you can use gherkins if you want, but these have a lovely flavor. They're much milder, and personally, maybe biasedly, but I much prefer them. Just a few tips before we cook our burgers. It depends on how you like it really, but I like my burger quite juicy and medium. I don't like it super dry. If you like it super dry, then what you're going to do is cook it at a lower temperature for a bit longer. But for a nice medium or medium rare, get quite a nice high heat in there so that you get a lot of browning on it and you get your flavor. But one thing that's outstanding is we haven't seasoned these patties yet. So we're going to add some salt and pepper, quite a bit of salt, because this is the only surface area that is going to be seasoned. So don't be shy with the salt. If you can't see salt, you haven't put enough. Okay, so we're going to flip them over, do the other side. These guys have a bit of salt in them, that's fine. A little bit of pepper. Take the top off, obviously. All right, there we are. So now we're going to get our fire nice and hot, and we are going to get these burgers cooked up.